hello, everyone. All right. So that'll wake you up if it's the morning, or even if you're having a snooze in the afternoon, or you've dozed off in the evening. Wakey, wakey, wakey. It's time for our Out Loud Music podcast show. The first one we're doing in the afternoon with the afternoon group on our new Rode caster. That's the one. My name's Jay, but I'm not on my own. I am joined by
Rich.
Hello, Rich. How are you doing today?
Not too bad.
Good stuff. And also, who have we got?
Chrissy.
Chrissy, how are you, mate?
I'm okay.
Great stuff. Also over here.
You got Ben?
Hey, Ben, how you doing, man?
Yeah, not too bad.
Great stuff. And
Viv.
Hey, Viv, how are you?
Not too shabby.
Excellent stuff. And of course, we've got Jan with us. Jan, say hello.
Hello, I'm in the background.
Hello, Jan. Nice to see you. Good stuff. Excellent.
In the cave.
Yeah, we've got
With the backs.
Let me out.
we go to the cave in a little while with Jan and find out what's going on there. Bit of a teaser. But we've chosen some subjects ranging from space to my hometown and all other things in between. A couple of wildcard subjects that we might talk about as well. That coming up. But for now, what we're going to do, we're going to pick our first subject. So what we've done, we've written them down. You can hear them if you're there at home. Yeah. Well, maybe if you've got your kettle on, you won't hear it, but just turn your kettle off and you'll hear that. That's the. Those are all of our bits of paper with our subjects that we've chosen. So what we're going to do, we'll go to Viv first. Viv, which one would you like to pick? Here we go. We'll call this 1, and that 2, 3, and 4. Number 2.
Yep.
Right, there you go. Throwing it over to you. What does it say?
My hometown.
Yeah, okay. So that's interesting because that was Chrissy's chosen subject. We'll come to you in a moment, Chrissy, if that's all right, because Viv's picked it first. Can you tell us about your hometown, Viv?
So I was born in Romford.
Oh, really?
But I moved when I was very, very tiny. I think it was about 3. So I actually grew up in a little country village called Wicker Market.
Okay.
I think there was a co-op and post office and a bus that ran twice a day. That's about it.
That's Wickham Market.
Yeah.
They used to have a chip shop as well.
Oh yeah, there's still a chip shop that burnt down about 3 times.
That's why, yeah, someone told me about that. And my understanding of Wickham Market is that the Wickham Market train station's not in Wickham Market.
It's not in Wicker Market.
Fake news, everyone.
Yep.
Just alert there.
Oh, well.
It's Campsie Ash, isn't it?
It's Campsie Ash. I don't know why it's called Wicker Market. It's
No,
nowhere near it.
No, exactly, no idea. Let's just go around the table. Benji, you got any knowledge of Wickham Market?
No, not at all. Never been there in my life.
All right, well, check it out. Viv's from Wickham Market. Do you recommend visiting?
No.
No, don't.
I was waiting for that.
Save yourself a bother,
I
Benji.
suppose if you're into ghosts,
All right.
there's apparently haunted gallows
Oh, really?
in Wicker Market. Yes, there's just a forest just outside that apparently had some gallows in there, and the forest around there is very, very haunted.
Oh, my goodness. So most haunted, if you're listening, get yourselves out there. Chrissy, are you familiar with Wickham Market?
Nope.
Does it sound like somewhere you want to go? You could go and see the gallows.
Yeah, I'm into ghosts.
Are you really? Tell us a little bit about that, man.
When I met my partner, he's a spiritist.
All right, okay.
And he speaks to them.
Oh, like clairvoyance, is that right?
Yeah, and I got into it as well. Not like do it for type thing.
Can you hear them then, spirits?
Only like if they want to tell me something,
Right,
that's
okay.
when
I see.
I'll say, right, this is such and such. This person saying something about.
Oh,
type
okay.
thing.
Well, that's not one of our subjects, but maybe that's something that will come up at another time. That's cool. So visiting there to have a chat with the what do you say, the ghosts? Or what?
The people.
Spirits.
Have a chat with the people. Have a chat with the people in Wickham Market. Some are still alive. But anyway, Rich, what about you, mate? Are you familiar with Wickham Market?
Nah, not at all.
Sound like you want to go there? Got a chip shop.
Not really.
All right, okay.
It does have a tendency to catch on fire, though.
Oh, yeah, so get in there. If it's open, just get there. Jan, you're in the cave.
Yeah,
what do you think?
Born there,
Info
my
from the
hometown,
cave.
And have never left.
So this is your hometown.
This is my hometown, this cave.
We need to put a bit of delay on that.
Yeah, never left. So this is an amazing experience for me.
Thanks, Jan. You're welcome to stay. Brilliant. Benji, your hometown, mate. Where are you from?
I'm Ipswich born and bred. I am.
Okay.
Yeah, Ipswich born and bred. Then lived in Essex for a bit, came back. not looked back.
Okay.
But
Understandable.
yeah,
Where did you go to in Essex?
a town called, well, I say a town, kind of like called Benfleet.
I know it.
Yeah, not about like 10, 15 minutes away from Southend.
Okay.
Yeah, don't miss it.
I remember playing a gig in Southend at a place called the Railway, and upstairs they had about 10 broken pianos.
Yeah, my old band played there. Was it like an upstairs
Yeah.
band room with like a stage and everything? Yeah, I know exactly where you're on about. We played downstairs near the bar. My band was like we were a 6-piece, so
Right.
quite big. There was loads of stuff going on. 3 guitarist, bassist, synth player, drummer, in a tiny little corner,
Right.
next to the bar. Didn't really work out very well. And then the funniest part about that story was on a bonfire night. No one turned up, mind you, and the 2 people promoting it were drunk as hell.
Yeah.
And they were like, "Oh, we're going to have a fireworks show."
Right.
It basically was just 2 drunk guys with a shed load of fireworks,
That's brilliant.
only about 2 meters away from us,
Right.
setting off fireworks. In a car park, that is. Like, it was definitely not set out for it.
But that wasn't Benfleet. That was
Southend.
which is near Benfleet.
Yeah, not far away.
So what we'll do, we'll use Benfleet. So Benji's from Ipswich, born and bred, but he's been to Benfleet, lived there. Viv, do you fancy going to Southend for some rock and roll fireworks?
Yeah.
Sounds all right, doesn't it, really?
Up your street.
Yeah. Oh, what about you guys, Chrissy?
I haven't been there.
Benfleet? No?
No.
Well, how about Southend? Never been to Southend?
Southend.
I don't think I've been to
Never been to
Southend.
Southend?
Southend's classic.
Yeah. Look at that. Let's go to the cave. Jan, have you been to Southend?
I've never left the cave.
Okay. we'll see if that comes in again later. Rich, how about you, mate? Southend, you been there?
Yeah, I've been to Southend
When did you go?
about 5 years ago.
Oh, yeah. Was it all right?
Yeah, it's alright. There's a few caves around there.
Yeah, gotcha.
Might be some of Jan's relatives.
Some bats flying around in there. Yeah,
I love it.
Southend's the beach part, right?
yeah,
Isn't it?
beach is really
Is
nice.
there any good places to rock pool around there?
There's a cool thing about Southend, actually, though. There's a part on the beach, a certain part of the beach. I can't remember what the actual term for it is, but when the tide goes out, it leaves a river in the middle.
Oh.
So you can walk all the way out,
Yeah.
and then you can like swim in this little river bit, and then you can even go swim through that, go over to the other side, and walk. Obviously, you've got to be careful because of the tide.
The tide,
and
yeah,
everything,
you don't, yeah.
But it's like where there's like a dip in the middle either side. It creates like a channel through it when the tide is out.
Wow.
That's quite cool.
But be careful, folks, if
Yeah,
you're doing that.
don't
Yeah,
drown.
Yeah, don't drown.
Don't
Good
die.
advice there.
Learn to swim.
Rich, how about you, mate? Your hometown. We'll move on to Chrissy in a moment because obviously it is his subject. But what about you, man?
Yeah, Ipswich born, Ipswich bred.
Okay.
Sprung in the arm, in the head.
So I'm an alien, right? Just so,
Illegal alien.
illegal alien. That's me. I just wondered, as the illegal alien, why should I go to Ipswich, or why should I avoid it?
Why would you want to go to Ipswich? There's nothing in Ipswich. Everything is boarded up, closed down. Everything's...
Not here.
We've got a
Well, not-
Primark.
We've got a Primark,
Yeah.
mate, and the smokehouse is open.
Yeah.
Don't really
That's
know what
probably
else
the only
you-
best bit about Ipswich.
Well, as this illegal alien, I very much like to visit the smokehouse and Primark. You've sold it to me.
Good luck.
Thanks, mate. All right, let's go over to Rich now. We've got 3 here. We won't throw in the wild card just yet. 1, 2 or 3, mate. You can pick it. There we go. Just to prove to everyone at home. Can you hear that? Just turn your kettle off again if you can't. There you go. All right, thank you. Rich.
That is...
We didn't ask Chrissy.
Oh, no.
Yeah, we didn't
Turn
ask
on.
Chrissy about his hometown.
Oh, I'm so sorry. God, of course, Chrissy. Oh, so
Go on,
sorry.
Chris, sorry. over
Technical
you.
difficulties here on the podcast here at iSounds.
Yeah, Chrissy, it was your chosen subject, wasn't it? Of course, your hometown. Tell us about it, man.
Which one?
Oh, right. So, you grew up in more than one place, or? Go on then, go through it. Maybe one that you could recommend. Or?
I was born in Middlesbrough.
All
but
right.
I moved to Newcastle
Right.
for 5 years.
Is that where the accent comes from?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why you don't say years as well. 5 year. Yeah.
I lived there,
Yeah.
and then I moved to Hexham,
Where's that?
Where's
Where's
Hexham?
that?
outside of Newcastle. It's like a little fishing village.
Oh, okay.
So I think it makes it quite there.
My dad would love
And it's a lot of history, like steam trains and nice walks if you have dogs and stuff like that.
Mate, that's awesome. So you're in Borough, and you went to Newcastle.
Yeah.
Which can you remember much about either of them?
I prefer Newcastle to Middlesbrough.
Okay, why is that?
The properties are more bigger in Newcastle than what they are in Middlesbrough.
Is that true? My goodness me.
They're more expensive.
No. Still a similar price.
Yeah, Newcastle is a really, really cool city. Has anyone been to Newcastle?
No.
Not Newcastle.
Yeah.
I don't even know where it is.
Up north.
north.
Yeah, it's up north.
Up north.
Is it northeast?
Yeah.
Yeah, northeast. I played a venue called Cluny. Thanks, Rich.
George.
The George Clooney, and I played another one. I played another one up there a long time ago. I can't remember what it was called, but yeah, they're always Newcastle. People are so friendly, but the accent can be quite like
Thick.
not aggressive, but do you know what I mean? It's like, you're right, mate. It's like, all right, I'm fine. Jeez,
It's the same everywhere up north.
yeah.
Like Nottingham as well is
But-
exactly the same.
but the people are lovely.
Lovely, yeah.
Really nice. So you haven't been. What about Middlesbrough? Has anyone been to Middlesbrough?
Nah.
Don't know where that is either.
Jan, have you been to Newcastle?
You know the answer.
I don't.
flying
She ain't
around
left
in
the cave.
Oh,
Yeah, she's been flying around in the cave with a
This is the
wing.
most exciting experience I've had. All these visitors here, just outside the cave entrance. I'm learning so much.
Yeah, we'll
I'm
be
trying
back.
to imagine what it could be like out there, outside the dark.
Well, we'll be back next week.
Okay.
Come on. Yeah, don't worry.
We don't know England. Only
Podcast from the cave.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Mate, Chrissy, thank you very much. Sounds really, really cool. And what brought, just to ask you, it seems like your hometown's furthest away than everyone. What brought you down south?
When I first met my partner.
Okay.
That's why me and my sister moved down. And then I met my partner, been with him for 11 and a half years.
Wow, congratulations.
Congratulations. All right. Nice one, man.
In it for the long haul.
No, lovely. Yeah, great. No, that's awesome. Congratulations, mate. And thanks for sharing your tales of Newcastle. I'm sure, like we said, it's our first podcast, you and the Roadcaster. It might be that we do a big special with Chrissy, yourself, 1 week about Newcastle and maybe research it and give the listeners a bit more background into where you're from and why we should go there, because it's really cool, mate. Nice one. Let's move on properly now. Sorry about that, Chrissy, for cutting off there. What a donut I am. Anyway, Rich.
What am I picking?
Rich, well, yeah, you've drawn one out of the the hat
For you.
for you to begin. What is it? Space.
Oh, he picked his own.
He picked it. Oh, he did. He picked his own. We need a sound effect on that. Meow. He picked his own. Something like that. Rich.
UFO taken off or something.
Yeah. Exactly. The
Did that
ideas
again,
are
Ben?
coming.
That was nice.
The ideas are coming, aren't they? The ideas are really coming. I love it. I love it. Tell us, give us something about space, Rich, and we'll go around the room. We'll have a chat about space.
Just ask me a question. Anyone just ask me a question.
All right, here we go. This is
Pick a
really.
mix.
What's the coldest planet?
Oh, for Christ's sake. Probably Mercury. Probably Mercury.
Okay, so these are.
Why do you think that?
Well, nighttime temperatures can drop to minus 300 to 400 degrees Celsius.
My goodness, that is
Facts,
cold.
Jan. Facts.
And in the daylight, in the roasting hot sun, because there's no atmosphere on this planet, it can reach over 500 degrees.
500 degrees.
Yeah, or 5,000 degrees.
Wow, my goodness me.
Varies.
Of course, yeah. Mate, thanks for that. Potential fact, because we know, there might. Am I right in thinking you're doing this from memory, aren't you?
Yeah. Well, I got 3 books at home and I still forgot to bring one out because I was in the rush today.
Well, we'll bring it another time. It's fine. We might have a Richard Space. I can't say space special.
Space special.
Rich Space special. Might have
That's a
Ri-
tongue twister.
It is, yeah. Flipping sausages. Anyway, Viv, let's go. You got a question for Rich about space?
What?
The one from last week.
I've forgotten that one.
You can confer.
Uranus.
Go on.
Oh, what's your favourite planet?
Yeah,
Okay.
what's my favourite planet? Probably the sun. Changed it this week. Yeah, the sun.
I thought the sun wasn't a planet.
Well, no, it's what keeps everything in the solar system going around.
There's a star, though. Isn't
Yeah, I
it?
It is
thought it was a
yeah.
star.
Well, it's a bit like Jupiter. Jupiter was a failed star.
So how do you make a planet?
Get some Play-Doh. Ask a stupid question, get a stupid answer.
Tune in next week to find out how to make your very own
what makes
planet.
a planet?
Here's one we made earlier.
Yeah.
A bit of glitter.
When we're done with Earth, we can go to
The
that.
big
make our
brand
own.
made all the planets.
Okay. That's really cool, mate. So, do you get all your knowledge from books, do you? Or do you watch
just read,
stuff as well?
study up, go online in the library and off up a bit as well as you can.
You see, that's really, really awesome, man. But I know that Viv there was expecting you to say that Uranus or Uranus is your favourite planet. So,
yeah, Uranus.
so I'm going to ask you for some stats on
Okay.
Uranus.
Oh, don't worry. I'll try and remember the most that I can.
Go on, go for it.
Well, there's only 2 planets in our actual solar system that are actually blue. I can't remember except I've got to swat up on this bit, but there's something in the atmosphere that makes the planet Neptune and the planet Uranus the colour that they are. I think that's methane,
Methane.
whatever.
You say methane, I say. Yeah, go on. Yeah, keep going, mate.
So it's tilted at 98 degrees to the axis.
Okay, that's
So it's
different.
literally
That's
rolling
different
around
to
on
Earth, right?
yeah, it's rolling around on the side. Whereas Earth is only tilted at 23 degrees to the elliptic axis.
Chris is writing this down, mate. No, he's not.
No, I need to go.
Just swat up for later.
Are you off in a minute?
I have to go now.
Before you go, can you just quickly ask Rich? So Chrissy's got to go. He did say he had to go. Can you ask Rich for a space fact, please, just before you go?
What's the biggest planet?
The biggest planet in our solar system is Jupiter.
There you go. No, Chrissy will sleep well tonight. Chrissy, good to see you, mate. Just pop your headphones down.
It's actually a failed star, Jupiter, because it didn't quite have enough.
Sorry about that, listeners.
Yeah, it didn't have.
Put your
quite
kettles
enough.
back on. Hey?
Was it supposed to explode?
It was meant to
It didn't.
turn into an actual star, but it just stopped growing at the wrong time.
Bye-bye.
Folks, if you're at home, let's all say goodbye to Chrissy. Thanks.
Good
Goodbye,
night,
Chris. Okay, mate. Well done. Thanks. Cheers, mate. He got his subject out and he's gone. Right, anyway, no, I'm only joking.
Yeah.
Go on, Rich. Sorry.
I love it. Anything to do with space, I absolutely love.
What's your opinion on Brian Cox? He also loves space.
Yes, well, he's a bit like me, but he's on more money than I am.
Yeah,
So-
that's true.
But I've watched the universe. We live in a certain type of universe. There's 3 types, I think. There's wormhole, there's the straight, and then there's the never ending or something like that.
The never-ending universe.
Never-ending
You ever
universe.
read up about the Hadron Collider?
No.
That was supposed to end the world, wasn't it?
It's
I
where they
remember that.
smash atoms together to see the probability of being able to make a black hole.
Well, apparently, sorry about that. There's
Sorry,
a black hole at the centre of our galaxy. Right, now check this out. You've got me on something now. I could be here for about 3 or 4 weeks. But there's about 1 trillion... In our part of the galaxy, we are in the spiral arm, the Orion spiral arm of the Milky Way. We, in cosmic terms, are a speck of dust compared to anything out there. Billions of years from now, there's another galaxy called the Andromeda Galaxy. These will actually crash into each other and become a super galaxy. Because all galaxies are different. You've got barrel, spiral, pinwheel,
Galaxy Caramel.
Mars Snickers. Yeah. So these will form a mega dense galaxy. You're all looking at me like,
Yeah,
what
no, because we're fascinated,
Yeah, we're
mate. That's
learning.
why.
Segue.
It's
You
going
ever
to
played
happen.
Mass Effect Andromeda? The game?
No, I have not.
That's meant to be all about Andromeda. I don't know whether
Yes,
it's
it is,
factual
yeah.
or not. But anyway, yeah.
No, so I've got loads and loads of stuff I could tell you about space. I could say what's going to happen to the sun in the next 4.8 billion years from now. If you want to hear it.
No, I don't think
No,
I'm ready for that.
I'm not ready for that, mate. I think, mate, that's been a great space chat, great conversation as
Cool.
well. Rich, thank you. And like we say, a special bumper edition of Space with Rich Rich in space or something like that. I don't know. Rich space time.
Rich
Whatever.
space facts.
Richard space facts could be.
Rich's space-time continuum.
Yeah, there we
Thanks,
go.
Ben, for that one. It do actually sound pretty good, that, doesn't it?
It's on the record. We've recorded it. That's an idea in the pot. I'm going to throw in a wild card here. Here we go.
This is where you're going to make me pick it, isn't it, mate? Isn't it? It's going to be me that picks it.
Ben wants to go.
Ben, which ones do you want, mate? It's just so you can all hear at home, folks. There you go. It's the shuffling of the paper. It's the only music we've got going on at the moment because we haven't worked out how to get that in the road, but we will do. So this is like I say, our first podcast together using this cool bit of kit. Ben, what are we saying? This one, or in my left hand, the middle, or the right? Drum roll, please.
You held the one in your left hand like you wanted it. Like,
did I? Oh,
yeah, it's like you were subliminal messaging me to pick that one.
Okay.
So are you
Do you
going
want
to
that?
then?
Go on.
Oh wow! Thank you. Do we have a symbol?
Whatever, it's a bit of fun.
There you go, mate. I think that's your subject.
Oh, I
isn't
got
it?
mine. Oh, no
Got his
way.
own subject,
Yeah, that's
folks.
funny. We both got our own favourite subjects.
Do you know what? I threw this in as a completely random subject to talk about, and I genuinely don't have one.
Do you not?
I don't think so.
Go on
I
then,
think the worst I ever had.
So what is it? Because I don't know
It's
if the listeners
right,
have
okay,
heard it.
yeah. It's
It is.
worst restaurant experience. I think
Yes.
the worst restaurant experience I ever had was I went to it was kind of like British fish and chips, but it was more a restaurant than it was. It was like gourmet British fish and chips.
Fancy fish and
Yeah,
chips,
fancy fish and chips.
Uh-huh.
But the batter on it was pretty much still dripping off of it.
Oh, gross. Like when I showered
Name and
it.
So it was-
shame. Name and shame.
I can't even remember. Somewhere up in Essex. I can't even remember the name. Yeah, somewhere when I was living up there.
Benfleet again.
I think it was actually Southend.
Southend chips.
Yeah.
Southend, poor old
Yeah.
Southend.
That sounds
Rubbish. Yeah. But what about yourself? What's your worst restaurant experience? Or not restaurant, but cafes
Cafe,
or
restaurant.
takeaway.
Yeah, I don't like that sort of stuff, do we?
I think I had an issue in a restaurant where they had these candles, and this guy who's working in the restaurant knocks the candle over.
Oh, wow.
And,
Oh, no.
and some of the candle goes in my food.
Nice.
Yeah, not good, right? Because obviously the wet. And I sort of said, "Look, mate, you knocked my
Candle over.
you knocked a candle into my food." And he said, "Yeah, sorry about that." And I was
That's
like,
it?
"Well, you're not going to do anything." And he was like, "Well, I've done it now." And I was like, "Well, all
Are you
right."
going to take it away and get a new one?
Anyway, I said, "I've got candle wax in there," and then I went a bit far because I had hairspray in, right? And I was like, "What if the candle would hit my hair? I'd have no hair there, burnt my hair."
You'd better have bald hair.
And yeah, no, exactly, Rich. I took it too far, really. Anyway, I didn't pay for it and left. So there
fair
you go.
play.
I think that's it. What about you, Viv?
Had one where, to start with, I was given dirty cutlery in a plate.
Oh no.
It was unwashed. So they comped that. They were like, okay, we won't make you pay for it. And so I went for a dessert, a really fancy, like, sundae. It was in a mason jar. When they gave it to me,
What is a mason jar?
Thanks, Rich.
a mason jar, I don't know how to explain it. It's like...
It's like a
A mason jar.
jar.
Yeah, it's a jar.
Oh,
It's a
okay.
jar. And it's got one of them clip lids.
Yeah,
So
that's
like,
it. Yeah.
And unclip it.
Oh yeah.
Keep
oh,
like
yeah.
coffee in it.
Yeah.
That kind
Oh,
of.
got loads of them.
Like, think like a Dow Egberts coffee pot.
Only it weren't, it was a mason jar.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And it was like a fancy sundae, and when they gave it to me, the lid was full of dishwater.
Oh.
Oh my goodness.
I want to give it back to
A
him.
bit of a dishwasher problem.
Yeah, just a bit.
That's not very good, is it?
Well, I've got an experience, not personal.
Is this
Straight from the cave.
Is this from the cave?
This is a visitor
Flying
that
straight
came,
in.
A visitor took pity on and arrived and told me this story when they'd been to a restaurant. Thought maybe I should kind of get this idea of what it's like to go to a restaurant. And they told me that a waitress, they'd ordered pizzas, and a waitress came with a pizza on the dish, and there was a string of mozzarella
Ooh.
from the pizza leading to the corner of her mouth.
Oh, wow. I reckon that's a cheese, I think.
Really? Oh jeez.
How did it get
Oh
there?
Jesus. Cheeses, everyone, not Jesus.
Weren't there brie good, was it?
Oh my God, Chad, that's
That's
crazy.
a cheesy story.
That is, yeah.
Yeah, full of holes in it.
Rich, what about you, mate, with your
Dodgy food stories.
I don't think I've got any.
No.
I don't think I've got any at all.
Never got gut rot from a bad meal?
No. Unless I do my own at home.
Shooting
but
straight there, yeah.
Shooting
Give up a
straight,
gut
mate,
rot.
straight from the
A bit
hip,
of
mate.
gut rot.
Nothing wrong with that. Sorry, mate.
No, not really.
What about best restaurant experience? Flip it round. What's the best thing you had?
Because I'm a fussy eater. Don't go to restaurants.
You know what you might
Fair
like
enough.
then? On
Go on.
Saturday when I was in Norwich, I went to this place called Cosmos.
Ooh.
Norwich.
And it's a buffet, but it's a buffet from around the world.
Around the
They
world.
got
I love
everything.
them.
They got fish and chips, roast dinner, Chinese,
Similar to
Indian,
Spoons up the road.
finger foods.
Yeah, but Spoons are shut.
Yeah,
innit?
it's gone now.
It's cause
Is it
it
gone?
was huge.
Yeah.
It had
Well,
different
it's still there,
sections
but it's
for like
like-
each country.
Mm,
It was amazing.
I like that.
Amazing for picky eaters. You'll find something to eat there, guaranteed.
When I was on holiday in Spain in 2008, every time we went downstairs for something to eat, I had about 4 rounds of brown bread buttered. That was it. That was it. Sausage rolls with tomato sauce in the
You're
middle
not
as
a
well.
fan?
Really baked beans on top of it.
No.
You're not a fan of Spanish cuisine then?
No, I just
Your
I
chorizo.
don't eat much, so
Chorizo.
custard creams and bourbons are mine at the moment.
God, you make me hungry, mate. Make me hungry.
The carp around here now, isn't it?
Worst and best restaurant experiences there, folks. I hope you've enjoyed listening
That's a
to that.
delicatessen, that one. Wasn't it?
I think that was everyone, wasn't it? That was every, yeah, great stuff.
A bit of
Okay.
hospitality training of what not to do.
Yeah, totally,
Only
totally.
3 of us.
Let's get a subject from the cave.
Let's get a subject from the cave.
Yeah,
Cave, these
we're
are coming over
Miss
to you. Which one would you like to pick first? Well, what would you like to pick?
Middle?
The one in the middle.
Really? Okay,
Yeah.
one in the middle. Here you go. This is a wild card, I think. This says bin collection. So
Don't
Been
get
there,
that in
done
the
that.
cave.
get your
Taking the wheelie bin
It's
out.
it's the quiz. It's the quiz. Okay, do you know what day your bin goes out?
Friday.
Yeah.
Thursdays.
Thursday. Friday. What? Go on.
I'm not telling you. They don't go out in the cave.
Mine.
They do, Wednesday.
So when yours is Wednesday.
Cave day
Friday,
Wednesday.
Thursday, Wednesday.
And mine's on Tuesday.
Mine's on Monday.
Whoa.
No, I'm not even getting it.
No.
So that's going all
mind
the way
blown.
round. That's going all the way round, Monday to first.
Yeah,
Wednesday to Wednesday.
they take a while to get around, don't they?
Yeah.
Chrissy was still here. He might have been a Friday.
Might have been a Saturday.
He might have been. Chrissy, come back. We need to know. That was all. That was really. That was my wild card there.
Nice,
Just
Chris.
testing people to see.
Is
Thank-
yours different though? Mine's black bins
1 week
once
and
every
then
twice Fridays, and then recycling bins once a year.
Mine's
No.
what's a year? Bloody
Mine's,
hell.
mine's the
isn't it?
same every Thursday, but they just alternates. So 1 week black,
Yeah.
1 week.
Yeah, that's the same here.
Blue and brown.
But
wish they did
here's
that.
the big question though, Rich. Do the bin? We have to get one bin people, I guess. Bin persons, not because you call them bin men, don't you? But you can't say bin men now.
Binnos.
The binnos, all right.
Yeah.
Bin people.
No, the bin technicians. Okay, so you know the bin.
Bin
and to be
emptiers.
honest, doing that job looks really hard.
Isn't
Like
the actual job title like sanitation or something? Like
sanitation disposal unit?
Disposal, yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
The bin guys.
So, but do they put the bin back properly?
No, they bloody don't.
No, what do they do?
They left mine in the middle of the road.
Yeah, they do.
Just
Ours
have a-
as well. Ours are the massive bins as well. They just
Yeah.
leave them in right.
What the big double
Yeah.
with the lids that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Roll over.
Look at that. Viv and Ben now, bins with lids. Well, you never thought you'd hear that. What about you? Is that the same for you, Ben? Leave it
Yeah,
sort of.
well, with the thing with us, where I live in like a shared flat block, and
Right.
we have like an alley at the back of our flat
Uh-huh.
where they wheel it in and out of. So they kind of, because it's in town.
They leave it halfway up the road.
No, they can't. They're not. They're kind of like strict with it. They're not allowed to because it's like a main part of town.
Of course it
Like
is.
if there
So
was
they
just
have to take
bins
it back.
everywhere, there'd be complaints and all sorts.
Yeah, yeah.
It's not the same as like a residential area where
And get away with
you
it.
can kind of get away with it.
Put
yeah.
it like this. Been there, done that. And full of trash.
And that was been there, done that as a new feature. Test yourselves at home. What day's your bin collected on? You never know.
Whenever
You
they
might
bloody turn
know.
up.
See, the problem we have with our building is less with the bin men and more with the other people that live in our building.
Yep, I'm with you.
Because
I used to have that problem.
at one point, like, there was hundreds of bags in there. Like,
Oh.
and it was up to me and 3 other of the guys that do usually do the bins to,
Really?
like, hand clean. Yeah, because landlord wouldn't do
Oh.
anything about it.
Man, that sucks.
So you had to hand clean?
Hand clean the whole thing, bleach the floor, because that was all that would get rid of the smell.
Not
Yeah.
cool. Not cool. I'm going to pick a little subject here, if that's all right, folks. 2 left. a wild card. Haven't got so long. We've gone nearly half an hour, so it's a long podcast. But it's our first one, and it's getting used to it and everything. And everyone's chatting and having. It's a warm up. It's a good time as well. I'm going to say gaming. So that was Viv's suggestion of gaming. I'm going to go all the way back to 1992. Sega Master System. That was my first console. Blew my mind. Sonic.
Sega.
And Sonic, even pretty much 30 years later, I still can't get any further. I'm still rubbish at it.
So you can try again now.
Really?
You know the Nintendo Switches?
Yeah.
They've now brought out a new thing. So if you pay for their membership, you now can play Sega Mega Drive games.
I do pay for this.
Yeah.
because I play Mario online.
Yeah, so you can now play the original Sega Mega Drive Sonics.
Really?
Yep. And the same, they also have the old Nintendo 64 games on.
You've just blown his mind.
Well, there's a lot to blow.
What
isn't
other? The N64?
Yep.
N64 on
Yep.
the Switch?
Yep.
That's cool.
So they've only got a few on there at the moment. If I can remember, I think it's
Super Mario 64 was
Super Mario
was
64. They've got on there the original. No, they've got Zelda Ocarina of Time,
Right.
good game.
and then the original Zelda, Dr. Mario,
Dr. Mario.
Paint with Mario, Mario Tennis,
Oh, I've got Mario Tennis on the Wii.
Contra, and then some fighting game I can't remember the name of. It's kind of like Street Fighter, but it's not Street Fighter.
Tell you what,
My
I
goodness.
love the old consoles. I love the old Super Nintendo, Mario World.
Oh, man.
NES.
We had a messed up.
Bit of NES.
Yeah, we had a messed up transformer that kept it. We get to a certain level and cut out. We had to start all over again.
Oh, really?
Get the bloody thing to try and work.
Yeah.
They remastered a few Mario games this year. They put it's like a triple one they brought out for the Switch, which is
Okay.
Sunshine Galaxy and
I've
64.
seen that. I've seen that.
Okay.
And they remastered them all.
Really?
You just buy it on one cartridge. Another thing I found out about the Switch, which was well interesting, I did test it out, is that,
You like this?
you know the cartridges,
Yeah?
they've coated them in something that tastes disgusting so that children don't swallow
yeah,
them
I
and
heard
put
about
them out.
this. The
And
Sonic
I
Preventative.
thought that was absolute rubbish. I was like, nah.
So you ate
I
one?
licked one.
Oh, really?
And it is horrible. It absolutely horrible.
Was it Marmite?
They really have coated it with something so children don't put them in their mouths.
That's incredible, isn't it?
It's a good idea as well, though, isn't it?
How much it works, I'd be interested to know statistically, the numbers.
78%.
Yeah.
Honestly, you put it on your tongue, you got to spit it out. It's
98%.
horrible.
If you're a child listening to this and you've eaten some of your Nintendo Switch games, let us know. How are you doing?
If you end up a
Don't
fault.
eat your Nintendo Switch
you
games.
what, though,
Disclaimer there.
On
Sorry.
Sega Mega Drive at the Nanas when I went up to Liverpool.
You couldn't eat
1992.
them, could you?
No, but I played Alex
Oh,
the
it's
Kid.
big.
I played Alex the Kid.
Oh, right.
Oh, that's
Brilliant,
That's an old school
brilliant,
game.
brilliant game.
Alex
I always
the
died. I always got killed by a bleeding shark.
That came with the console, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My stepdad had the Sega, whatever it was, yeah.
He had the Sega what, sorry?
Mega Drive?
Yeah, the one that you, yeah.
Oh, right. Oh. There we are.
Yeah.
Viv, is there anything
The
in
Sega
particular?
Saturn as well, wasn't it?
Yeah, my brother sold that from under my bloody nose. We made about 150 quid for that, and I paid about 200 for that.
That's crazy. Sega Saturn times. My goodness. And of course, there was the
Sega
Dreamcast.
Dreamcast was so good. It's such a shame that didn't
I know. It should
because
have done.
I went from I think the first console I ever played was the N64,
Uh-huh.
and then because I was born '95, pretty much by the time I was because I was playing my older brother's older consoles.
Yes.
So by the time I was old enough to actually really play it properly myself, that was when PlayStation had came out.
Okay.
But just before PlayStation
That
was the
PS1.
Dreamcast.
Yes.
And that was or maybe they were at the same time. I can't
I think
remember.
they might have been. Viv, do you know? Dreamcast?
No. I
A
was
Dreamcast.
PC player when I was younger.
Oh, right. Okay.
On the
So.
original boxy PCs.
Uh-huh.
Dreamcast was amazing. One of the best games ever created was Shenmue. Shenmue 1 and 2. It was like a Japanese RPG game.
Okay.
And
Do
you
you
played.
know what? I think that might be the one that's on the Switch thing.
Yeah, they've in the
I
last
think-
few years
yeah.
they've released a new one, Shenmue 3.
No, I think it's the old one that they've
It might
put
be.
on there.
It might be. But yeah, that's a really good game. So you're like a martial artist, son of a martial artist, like a dojo owner.
Okay.
And your father gets killed by a gang leader, and you're basically travelling across Japan and China trying to find him.
That's
Going
the
back.
But that's in like the mid 90s.
I know.
So that's a big game to do for that time period.
And that narrative.
Yeah.
That
Sounds
you have.
cool.
Tell you what, you want to go
I
back
do
further
have a
than
bit
that?
of a vague memory of one time when I did before I fell into this cave, and I remember going. I think I stumbled into a pub and was having a game of Space Invaders, and there was a pub fight going on as I was playing. So I was kind of like playing away in Space Invaders, and there was like glasses smashing, so I had to keep ducking. And it was like, you know that noise of the Space Invader?
I remember playing Space Invaders.
What was that, like an arcade machine?
Yeah, in the pub.
See, this sort of brought me on to my next question, which was
I love
what
that.
everyone's nostalgic favourite game is.
Resident Evil, for me.
Yeah, we're going Resident Evil 2.
Mm-hmm.
2 discs and that. Really cool.
On what console?
PlayStation
1. Yeah.
Ooh,
Good Ben.
yeah.
See, mine's a bit out there. I have yet to meet someone that's played it, but they made Harry Potter games.
Chamber of
for the
Secrets?
PC. No, Prisoner of Azkaban was my favourite.
Chamber of Secrets on the GameCube
That
was
is
the
my
one.
most nostalgic game.
How about you, Rich?
Oh, my favourite games console of all time was probably the Atari.
Oh my goodness. And
1982, no, not 82, because I'd only been to about 84, 85.
my cousin had one of them, and it was
Had
there was
to put
a
all the programs in.
yeah. He
It
had a
took
game
bloody
called
hours.
Hunter. Don't know if you ever played Hunter.
No, I played Jungle Hunt. I had to put the program in. It took about 4 hours. Mum went to press enter to run it, and the bloody thing didn't work.
Oh really?
It just crashed.
Yeah, because they'd have to load up, and it's
It
incredible.
took ages, but that was my Jungle Hunt was my favourite. Bloody monkeys on
Crash Bandicoot.
Crash
Yeah,
Bandicoot.
such a good game.
The
Micro Machines.
Crash Bandicoot in the
They've
cave.
remastered that as well, haven't they?
What?
On the
Crash
Switch. I've got it on the Switch.
Yeah.
It's amazing. It's really, really
That's
cool.
Switch.
I think at some point this year, Switch was the most bought console
I don't
in the
believe-
entire world.
Well, I've
Well,
got
also
the Wii U at home. Broken, but I've got the Wii U at
The
home.
Wii U was actually sort of the prototype for the Switch.
Because I can play Mario Kart Racing 8.1. And I've won all the trophies for the 50cc. I've won. You try doing the mirror, the 150, 200.
I'm terrible
That
at
is
it. I
bloody
can't
hard.
can't even do the drifting.
The
on
mirror.
Mario.
The
I just go-
mirror's
I
awful.
don't get
I can
over
play
it.
it now because I've got a new telly, so I can actually see what I'm doing. I've got half the screen
That-
missing.
the mirror one is. I don't get that at all.
Well, that's the backwards way.
Yeah, no,
so if
that's
you're going
so weird.
forward, you're going
I
backwards.
just don't get it. On that note, we've got one last wild card thing left. This was Jan's. We should wrap it up because Ben's going to be recording his podcast in a moment for real. So this is a lovely podcast of us all together having a chat about subjects that we've chosen. And who knows? You know, you at home may now know, and you've reaffirmed to yourself when your bin is collected, and of course how cold Uranus is or Uranus is.
Depends when you go to loo at night.
Exactly. Thanks, Rich. So, Viv, all of these subjects, gaming and etc., they're things that we could have a really developed podcast on over a number of weeks. So, if there's anything we haven't covered, obviously there's lots we haven't covered. Think of that and what you could do. But Jan, what's the Jan in the cupboard in the cave there? What is the last thing we've got?
She's flying about.
Beat
She's
boxing.
flying about.
Beatboxing. So, yeah, we've noticed here that I think we'll just sort of you can hear it actually on the table.
Yeah.
And Benji was saying, we'll just get one of those. That could be sampled, couldn't it?
Yeah.
Another sample there.
Got me
Can
to
we
do it a bit harder.
can we have yours, please? That's a nice thud, isn't it? What about
Right,
you?
how about this?
Jesus.
Earthquake.
Reverb. Anything you can do, I can do better.
There you go. So Rich indeed does have the loudest. Was there anything particular, Jan, in the cave about beatboxing?
No, it's just a form of entertainment.
Yeah, yeah. So back in the cave with Jan next week
Either
for
that
some
or
more
just-
facts.
Even that, I'm just doing some painting.
Next
Special
week,
guest,
we-
Beardy Man.
Yeah,
Caveman.
we can confirm that beatboxing is a form of entertainment, and
Is
we
it?
hope you all have a very entertaining morning, afternoon, or evening, depending on what you're up to now. Put that kettle on, have another brew, and have a good time. I've been Jay. Good to see you.
I've been Rich.
I've been Ben.
I've been Viv.
Jan from the cave.
And we're saying goodbye. See you later.
See you later.
All right. Take care. All right.
Yeah.